Hey everyone, Agent Kate Sith here, and today I will be going over the Moogle ambuscade again. I already made a video for this last year. Nothing has really changed about the fight except for you can do it with more DDs now, and obviously we've gotten a lot stronger. Because of the Monk update, I decided to do this ambuscade as Monk. I've already done it many times on Samurai, but Monk does it arguably better because you can actually keep mailing it during the Amnesia aura. So it speeds up the pace quite a bit if you do it right. I wouldn't say this fight is hard, but it can be very hard based on your positioning and your timing. It's not hard to do damage to the Moogle, and it's actually very easy to enfeeble the Moogle. You have to keep the Moogle dispelled, but to actually do damage to the Moogle is not very hard. I do a 3-step skill chain, Shijin to apply the plague, and then 2 victory smites for double light. Right here, I am debuffing it, and I'm also trying to whittle it down to the first phase of 85%. Basically, how the fight works is every, at 85%, 65%, 45%, 25%, and 10%, it will use SPs. When it uses the SP, when it uses a random SP, it will gain a Kaustra aura shortly after using SP. During the Kaustra aura, you have to stand inside of one of these Moogles right here. So basically, the entire difficulty of the fight is timing and being inside the Moogle and not dying to the Kaustra aura. So as you see here, I wait until that Moogle moves. I saw it move. So now I'm going to push it down to 85%. And now run immediately to the Moogle. I want to note that the JPs have a much easier time of doing it this month because of the latency. They have much less latency, and they can actually just walk with the Moogles as they move, so they don't have to worry about positioning like we do. Now, if the Moogle moves when I try to do it, I have to predict well in advance where the Moogle is heading, right? And if the Moogle decides to turn, well, then I'm dead, you know? So it's very important to keep your timing perfect for the Moogle, especially for Mana Font and Chain Spell. Those two can really, they last longer than normal. And if your timing isn't perfect, the Moogle will move before the Kaustra aura wears off. As you can see here, I keep mailing the Moogle as the Amnesia aura is on. By doing this, the Moogle is already close to the next threshold. So I saw the Moogle's moving now. So I instantly pass it to the 65% phase, and I follow the Moogle that I was already following. This is the key for the Monk method that really speeds it up. When I do it Samurai method, I don't have these windows because I do not melee it during the aura phase. So I have to wait extra time for the Moogles to move fresh again, right? So I do the same thing here. I use a random deal eventually to reset my impetus. Having impetus up is amazing for Victory Smite. I guess I'll take this time to talk about the Monk update. Monk is a real powerhouse now. I initially tried it the first day of the update. I upgraded my Glansfaust, my Mythic hand-to-hand, to rank, I think, 11 or 12. And I went out and tested against a perfectly geared Dragoon. And I was very disappointed with the results, right? But it ends up, I was just playing the job wrong, and I probably wasn't properly geared. Speaking of properly geared, I don't even have the +1 belt right here, and my neck isn't fully upgraded, but I'm still outputting a ton of DPS, like on par with Samurai. So anyways, I decided to give Monk another chance today, before I did this ambuscade run, and lo and behold, parsing against the exact same Dragoon, I beat him by 8%. And that was with using rank 15 Empyrean hand-to-hand and swapping to the Aeonic hand-to-hand when Impetus was off. So a change in playstyle and a change in weapons proved all the difference. Right here, it uses Benediction, so I have to fully kill it. I go back to my 3-step. Oh, the other very useful thing about this fight, and another super useful thing about Monk now, is its hybrid set. Right here, you can see in the equip viewer in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, I am using a hybrid set right now for my Monk, which includes 3 pieces of Chem plus 1, which all have Subtle Blow, Crit, and Triple Attack on them. And then I'm also using 2 pieces of the new Lilith armor, which has massive magic evasion on it too. So basically, I do not get hit by any enfeebling from the Moogle, and I'm not using any magic evasion enhancing buffs except for the White Mage's bar spell. The 3-step skill chain chunks it. Oh right. When it does it used to be called Invite Over. Now it's called Summon Friend. When it uses Summon Friend, you have to move right away because it summons a Moogle that has a DOT aura. The other bright side about Monk is obviously the Moogle uses less TP moves too, as long as you keep up penance from Chi Blast. Oh right, and then the Plague. But you'll always keep it Plague because you're opening with Shijin in your multi-step. But back to Monk, comparing to the top DPS. Right now, I would say Monk is right up there in the top 3 of DPS with Samurai, Dark Knight, and Dragoon as probably the 3 to 4 best DDs in the game right now in terms of just DPS. I'm not even talking about like situational defensiveness, which is probably where Monk would shine the most with its high HP and Subtle Blow, and Subtle Blow too. This fight would probably be even easier if I had the +1 belt, but unfortunately there were none available at the time I did this. This is the final phase, right here. The fastest I ever did this on Samurai was like 13 or 14 minutes, so I'm already on pace to beat that by a mile. Basically, I'm able to kill it in 1 buff duration. The last 10%, I'm gonna ignore the SP and just kill it before the Kaustra Aura comes back. But I have to move over first. Oh, actually, the Moogle moves away from me, so I'm fine. I'll resummon Fury here to make sure I have the optimal DPS, even though I think I'm probably capped attack anyways. Very important to keep it dispelled, or it's gonna spam Cure 6 on itself. And then the last little tidbit I'll leave you guys with is Red Mage. Red Mage doing Slow 2, Paralyze 2, and Silence makes this fight so much smoother. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys try this out yourself and what you think of the fight.